Hey guys, Merry Meet. Sorry it's been so long. Honestly, I just kind of needed a break. I just needed to step back and reassess everything that I had been putting energy to and decide what I really want to do. And yeah, I really want to keep making these videos. So you'll see more of me. I apologize. I actually took a little bit of a Facebook break as well, about 10 days. And it was awesome. It was so good. Just not having to be constantly connected like that was really good. I was kind of going through some things. And yeah, I really am tempted to do it again with everything that just happened in Las Vegas. And there's just so much going on in the world, and it's really difficult to process, and kind of thinking about doing it again, but I don't know. I probably won't. I got my break for this season, so so today I'm recording this on Wednesday, and the full moon is tomorrow, Thursday, October 5th. It's at 2:40 p.m. Eastern time, and it's the harvest moon. So usually that happens in September, but it was kind of pushed back to October this year. So we've got the harvest moon coming. It's in Aries, and the new moon was in Virgo. So the new moon was all about organizing, okay? It was all about getting your shit together. You know, Virgo is very much about, they take on so much work, Virgos take on so much work and so much of other people's stuff, but it's because they're capable of it, because they're organized, they are hard workers, they do the shit that needs to be done. So we had that kind of energy, and now we're in Aries. And Aries is just like full steam ahead. Go get it. Go start something new. Get it done. Make friends. Have fun. They are just fully 100% fiery and involved with everything that they do. So we kind of got into that energy of like setting ourselves up, being, very regimented into action, into just full on absolute action. So it's kind of neat energy. It's kind of really, it's been a little tough this time of year, because this time of year it's kind of like a quiet going within time for me. It's kind of when I retreat and I, take stock and everything, but I do have a lot of things that I am really excited to move forward on. So we're also in the Celtic tree month of Ivy. And Ivy it's the end of the harvest. We've gone through the harvest festivals. We've got Samhain coming up. And so it's about looking back at what we did over the previous season and looking at our losses and our successes, okay? And I've really been doing that a lot. My goal for 2017, or my kind of tag word, or my little phrase, was next level. And I did take some things to the next level. I leveled up on a lot of things. The class I did, the tarot class, went really well. I actually made some friends out of that. I've got some clients out of that. It's been really a great thing for me, and I kind of want to give that class somewhere else. I want to continue with that because it was a lot of fun. And it kind of made me realize, like, this is just something, tarot is something that I've done since I was 12. I do know a lot about it. And it's like, it's one thing to kind of know and to kind of like study and know that you know some things, but it's kind of something else to have that confirmed externally. That's kind of a cool feeling. So it was really neat for that. But the Ivy Moon is also about looking towards the long term, okay? So you're looking towards, how are you going to survive the winter that's coming up? Did you pack enough food? Did you, can enough food or preserve enough? Did you, how are you going to get through that winter? But also looking towards the next year, the next harvest. What can you do differently? What can you do better, right? So it's like looking ahead, but it's also, Ivy grows in a spiral, okay? So that represents spirals in nature, and also the cycles of nature. We keep coming back around to the same things over and over again. Like, for example, the Wheel of the Year. And this is the time of year when I'm really, this is my favorite time of year, because it's between Mabon and Samhain, two of my absolute most favorite Sabbats. And it is about the tides and about the changes and about, oh, here we are again in this time of this just amazing change and going within, and And, you know, this is the time of year that we do that. We go within and we think a little bit more about, you know, relaxing and our spirituality and things like that. I've been reading, which is something that is really difficult for me with fibro. I get foggy and I lack focus. But I've actually been reading books. It's been amazing. It's something that I missed quite a lot. So my intention for the new moon back in September was to create. And, you know, creativity really goes with that for me. It goes with that kind of going within. And over the spring and summer, I had been trying to collaborate with several people on different things. And so much of my energy was going into that, right? I was just sending energy to things that I was trying to do with everyone else. And it was frustrating because, you know, when you're trying to work with a bunch of other people, you know, different people have different interest levels and different working styles and everything, and that part was kind of tough. So I kind of pulled back, and I was like, no, you know what, I'm going to focus on me and on my stuff and on my things that I want to create. So that's actually been a really good switch for me. I don't know. There's good and bad to that. So with the Virgo new moon, I created a calendar, a Google Calendar that I share with my husband, because we were like, we have so much stuff going on, but we never know what our plans are for the next weekend. So we created a calendar, and that's been really good. I also used an app. Oh God, I can't remember what it is. Anyways, to do a to-do list. It's like a weekly to-do list. So I've got weekly repeating tasks, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are my days to write. They're also my days to clean the kitchen. And yes, I do have to schedule that in, because, like, seriously, I won't do it. I'll just get so involved in whatever I'm creating that I'll just totally forget, like, real basic stuff like that. Saturday and Sunday I watch my mom's dogs. You know, anyways, it's all on the list, so I know when I get up and I look at my list what it is that I'm supposed to do for the day. And it's actually, like, cleared my mind quite a lot, because I'm not trying to remember all that. So it's been really good. I have been creating quite a lot. I pulled out my watercolor paints and I painted a sigil, and I was going to do Inktober, #Inktober, but I don't know, it just seems like so much pressure. I'm doing NaNoWriMo next month, and I just get so, like, upset about not following through with these monthly challenges that it just is not, it's not good for my mental health. So I am, planning on still creating visual art. I'm working on 3 sets of witch runes, and I'm really excited about that, but I'm just not going to pressure myself about it, which I tend to do. I started a new series on my blog, and I've actually been blogging a lot. I've been writing a little bit, not as much as I would like. I've been blogging a lot. And I started a new series. It's Season of the Witch movies. And I'm looking at Hulu and Amazon Prime and Netflix to find all the free movies that have witch in the title. And I'm watching them and kind of like giving like just a stupid review, not really, a great review, but just kind of just critiquing them a little bit. So I don't know, it's been fun. It's giving me, something to kind of like focus on for my, watching late night when I'm doing other things. So I tend to have the TV on only for like background, but this way I'm kind of focusing on what I'm watching. Again, lots of blog posts. I have been doing a lot of new tarot spreads. I have 3-month subscriptions, a 3-card reading 3-month subscription, and a 9-card reading 3-month subscription. Those are on my shop. On Etsy, just look under Amy Ravenson. And I've also got another spread that I'm going to be putting up like tomorrow. And yeah, I just intend to like keep doing new spreads. I love coming up with new spreads, and I like to test them on people before I put them in the shop. So they have been tested. They're hopefully pretty insightful and interesting. So, but yeah, I'm writing. I don't want to talk too much about this project. I kind of really do. I really do. But I also don't want to kill it. I don't want to kill my momentum with it. But it's called Initiation, and it's kind of a cross between a choose your own adventure, a guided meditation, and kind of an initiation into like pagan, different areas of study or areas of concentration within, you know, modern paganism. So I'm really hyper about it. I haven't been able to write on that as much as I want to, but NaNoWriMo is going to be really good for that. And yeah, it's not a novel. It's in a completely different format. It's probably going to end up online, with like a donate button or something, you know, to pay me for all the hours and hours and hours that are going to go into this. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I hope it's as cool as I think it is, because what I have envisioned is amazing. So hopefully it'll be really neat. So yeah, so I don't know. That's something I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit. Yeah, I've been writing for 8 years, 9 years, I guess. And one of the things that I've always wanted is to find some sort of a writing group, okay? Preferably pagan, because I want to be able to talk about pagan themes and talk about how I'm writing about them with people who get it and who can actually offer insight with that. Women would be great. I'm just relating to women a lot lately. Not that I have any beef with men at all, being in the group. I'm kind of really tuned into the feminine creative right now. So yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of put that out into the universe. I would like to find a women's pagan writing group, you know, a group that could meet like, you know, if not once a week, once every other week on like Google Hangouts or Skype, for video call, where, you know, it's not necessarily a critique group, although critiques can happen, but it's more of a support group, more of a creative support group, and not just for writing, really for anything creative, because there are some times that I go through a couple weeks where I don't write anything, but I'm painting a lot, you know, so some sort of a supportive, creative women's pagan group. I realize that's not very specific, but I don't know, I'm putting it out there. I'm kind of like, just let it happen. And, you know, hopefully one too where I don't have to try to organize everything, because I don't know, I'm kind of over the herding cats mentality where I have to chase everyone down and see if they're still interested in doing what we're doing. So, yeah, so if anyone sees this that might like to start something like that with me, let me know. Like, I will put so much work into it, but I want other people that are going to put in equal amounts of work into it and that are really excited and just need that sense of community and camaraderie and commiseration. So, yeah, so I don't know, I'm just putting it out there. I will probably post something on Facebook too. I tried to do this about 1.5 years ago, 2 years, I guess. But then I was just hit with like a wave of shit and wasn't able to do it. So hopefully this is my time. So yeah, so in that vein, I am going to make some oil for creativity. And it's really kind of specifically for writing, but I'm going to use it for really just anything, for painting, for any of the things I do. I do a lot of other stuff that's creative. I like to make things. So I'm going to do a creativity oil, just one recipe this time, because I knew that this intro was going to be really long. So, because I haven't talked to you guys in a very long time. So, yeah, I'm going to do that creativity oil, and I will get my stuff and see you in a minute. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back. And, okay, so I'm really excited about this oil. These are a lot of oils that I don't tend to use a lot. I used one of these in my transformation oil, and I loved it. But yeah, I mean, these are things that I don't kind of get around to very often. And so for creativity, what I'm kind of focusing on is mental clarity, okay? Things that kind of energize you, but also clear your mind, okay? And help you focus on what it is you're trying to do. I've seen a lot of people use like vanilla and cinnamon for creativity, but that just doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't work for me. So let me show you what I'm going to use. I've got lemon here. Sorry about that. I haven't done these. It's only been like 6 weeks, but like I've completely forgotten how I do things. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure my shit out again. So, again, I've got lemon, and I want lemon to be a big part of this blend. Now, you've seen me use lemongrass quite a lot. I love lemongrass, but lemon actually has a sweeter, fruitier scent. So, I did want to, I mean, I could get kind of that lemony-ness from lemongrass, but I really that fruitiness. I wanted it to smell like you just opened up a lemon, you know? So lemon is energizing, revitalizing, purifying. It's connected to the full moon. Lemons are connected to the moon with all that water inside. And again, a mental stimulation. And that's something that is really going to help me in my creativity. So again, I want a lot of this. We're going to start slow though. We're going to go 9 drops of lemon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 of lemon. Alrighty, and I'm also using eucalyptus, which you have seen me use this a few times. I'm going to use just a little bit of this because eucalyptus does tend to take over everything. So yeah, with everything else I've got going, we're just going to do 3 drops of eucalyptus. And eucalyptus is purifying. It kind of brings a sense of openness, of clear thought, and of communication. So again, communication, very important in creativity because you are trying to communicate this idea of something that you have in your mind. So we're going to go 3 with that. 2, 3. All right. I'm definitely going to tweak that later because I feel like it needs like a little bit more, but I don't want to go crazy. Now here's one that I rarely ever use because I tend to be really picky about floral oils. I tend to go more for like, you know, jasmine or gardenia or ylang ylang, but this is a very strong floral, and I cannot get it open. I don't have a nail file anywhere. Let me try one more time. There we go. And this is geranium. And geranium usually refers to rose geranium. Okay, there are tons of different types of geraniums that have different scents. This refers to a rose geranium, which does have a rose scent, but it's also very herbal, so it kind of has that greenness about it too. And I love it. I just never get around to using it. So geranium is calming and refreshing. Well, it's calming and refreshing at the same time, and it's good for happiness. And I did find some reference to its use in creativity. I can't find it. I don't remember where that was, but yeah. So I didn't write it down because I usually don't write things down if I don't have a source. So we're gonna do 7 drops of geranium. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, this is all just a start. Like, this is all gonna get tweaked. So now here's one I love, but I use this more often in like psychic blends. Okay, anything where it's like third eye that you want to open up your psychic senses, and that is bay. Now bay, it is used for psychic awareness, but it's also purifying. And I feel like purifying is an important part of creativity because you need to get rid of everything that you're thinking about from your day to kind of focus on what you're working on. So yeah, purifying, it's also clarity of thought and insight. It dispels confusion, and it's good for inspiration. So yeah, those are all good things, right? Those are all things that we want. Let's see. I'm not writing these down like I should be. We're going to go with 5 drops of bay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go with 7 drops of bay. Y'all know I just make this shit up as I go along. I just go with what feels right. Okay. Now, the last one that I'm using is wintergreen. And wintergreen, again, you know, I use this in the transformation oil. It is refreshing, it's revitalizing, it's mentally stimulating. It has a lot to do with wisdom and success, which, yeah, we want our creative projects to be successful, right? It's a lot about spirituality and introspection, which that's the space that I work from when I'm being creative. I do get to this very introspective place, this very spiritual space. It is very creative for me. So I'm not going to go nuts with this one either. We're going to go 5 on wintergreen. But look at that red color. It's so crazy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. Let's shake this up and see how it smells. And I have a lot of room left in here. I wanted this to be like a very highly scented oil. So I've got a lot of room left in here for more oils. So I'm definitely going to be tweaking these. And again, I should have had a nail file. Let me see if I've got one. There we go. I just used that to pry the lids off and everything. So, alrighty. That's good. I don't know, it's only okay. It's not, I'm not loving that. The lemon's not coming through very well. The geranium is like the strongest there. So I'm not going to tweak the geranium at all. We're going to leave that at 7. And we're going to do 4 more drops of lemon to bring that to 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to add, man, the eucalyptus usually overpowers everything, so I'm usually really careful with that. We're going to add 4 more drops of the eucalyptus. We're going to bring that to 7 total. One, 2, 3, 4. Again, that geranium is strong enough. That is fine. Bay. Yeah, it's still just really the geranium. Man, that took over everything. Bay, we're going to add 4 more of that too. We're going to bring that to 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like, I don't like it when the blends are, like, really lopsided like that. I don't enjoy that. I want you to not, you know, maybe be able to pick out 1 or 2 specific things, but not for it to be, like, so blatantly overwhelming. Yeah, the wintergreen, 4 more of that, too. It brings us to 9 on wintergreen. 4. And I'm actually going to leave this out. I get oil all over this cloth every time, but it's okay, it's already covered in cat hair, so. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. The lemon came up, and the something minty and refreshing came up, which the bay, the wintergreen, and the eucalyptus all kind of add to that little bit of mentholness to it. Okay, that's better, but we need more wintergreen. So we're going 2 more drops to bring that to 11 total. And 2 more drops of bay to bring that to 13. It's just a little bit more lemon, so 2 more lemon to bring that to 15 total. You know what? I'm sorry. We're going 4 more. We're going to make that 17. I should post these recipes. I need to post these on my blog. I need to go back and like post everything on all the video notes. But 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, I think this is it. I think we've got it. And, you know, I left so much room. I wanted this to be, like, highly scented, so I'm going to, whatever the recipe is, I'm going to double it. So I'll do that off camera. I just wanted to see, yeah, I want to get the blend right, and then I'll just double it up. So it'll be much more strongly scented. I do that with a lot of these. Like, I'll come up with the recipe, I'll come up with the proportions, and then double them, or sometimes even triple them later, depending on how much room I left myself. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, and this is like, again, these are a bunch of oils I don't use, so it's really unlike anything else that I do. So it's unique, and I definitely get that sense of it's clearing my mind, and it's helping me to kind of like focus. I feel like, you know, the person in me who really loves perfuming wants it to have something kind of like a base note to kind of round it out a little bit. Because these are all kind of top notey, like, you know, maybe a couple drops of vanilla or even sandalwood, but I'm not going to do that because I want this to be crisp and clear and refreshing. I don't want like a heavy base note underneath it. So yeah, as a perfume, it's not ideal. I would have added something else, but for what it's for, I think it's perfect. So yeah, and you just get that hint of everything mixing around in there. So yeah, okay, so that's perfect. So yeah, and again, I am going to double it up. I have plenty of room in there to do that. So so that's it. Try this recipe. Let me know what you think. Or let me know, do you have specific stones or you know, rituals for creativity? Like, I love that. I love the idea that like every time you sit down to write, you've got some other new, or you do the same ritual, you do the same thing over and over again. I use fluorite a lot for creativity. I use a lot of multicolored stones. Anything that has lots of different colors in it, you know, fluorite especially has layers. So it reminds me of the pages of a book that I'm trying to write, but it also, there are layers to creativity. Okay, there, you know, you just keep digging and digging and digging until you uncover what it is that you were supposed to make. I use labradorite. There's something about the flashes of the color in the darkness that remind me of that spark of inspiration. Yeah, I mean, I use a lot of different things. I use rutilated quartz for creativity. Again, it's about that connecting point A to point B. And sometimes you have to, you know, creativity is a lot of problem solving, a lot of trying to make this thing happen, and you have to figure out exactly how to do that. So, yeah, so let me know, what are your creativity rituals? Let me know if you are a writer or some sort of, you know, creative being who wants to start this, this creativity accounting, creativity accountability group with me, where again we get on like Google Hangouts or Skype to discuss what we're doing and to cheerlead each other. That's really the main thing that I want to do. I love cheerleading people when they're doing something creative, and I could use that as well. So that's it. Blessed be. Hope you guys have an amazing full moon, and see you later. Bye.